this sizable street protest soon transformed into a campaign against corruption and censorship, with a presidential run planned in 2016.
There is just one goal. The goal is to make Russia a normal, rich country where citizens profit in some way from the richness of their country. That's why we are fighting this regime.
His fraud conviction ended his candidacy, and while his party boycotted the election, police raided properties of several supporters. Then,
They won't let you switch no more.
When half of American
Game day.
Please sue all those companies in my name.
Early morning is feeding time at this fish farm in the Straits of Johor, southern Malaysia. Muhammad Ridwan bin Muhammad Yazid works here occasionally, after he stopped going out to sea to fish 2 years ago.
I've had two bad experiences. When my boat was on the way back to shore, the winds changed suddenly. In less than 5 minutes, there were large waves and my boat was hit. I couldn't avoid the waves. Getting hit with that, I didn't think about anything else. I only thought of getting back safely. I lost half my catch, but I didn't care.
Near-shore fishing has been the backbone of coastal communities in Malaysia for generations. But that way of life is coming under threat. Changing weather patterns also mean there are fewer months where it's safe for small-scale fishermen to head out to sea.
hungry and displaced, these children are receiving food handouts. All 2.3 million people in Gaza are suffering a deliberate famine due to Israel's use of starvation as a weapon of war. Roughly a fifth of aid trucks.
I'm Hala Hanina. I'm a PhD student and activist. It's been the saddest, the scariest, the craziest, the most appalling thing I've ever witnessed. Like I've witnessed in Gaza 6 other aggressions.
أنا الشاب ماجد بن عيزي من غزة. نزحت إلى كراج في مدينة رفح بعد العدوان الغاشم على قطاع غزة. قررت أن نعمل المشروع هذا بعد انقطاع.
The whereabouts of prominent Venezuelan human rights and military affairs analyst Rocio San Miguel remain unknown. San Miguel was detained at the airport on Friday as he prepared.
Cornered and tear gassed. Thousands of farmers are trying to march on New Delhi. They say the government didn't agree to their demand for a guaranteed minimum price for their produce. With tractors and in their numbers, they're calling for protection of the livelihoods of more than half of India's working population. Farmers' unions engaged in talks with ministers say they have nothing to offer them.
The government has gone back on its promises. We're asking for farm loan waivers and a minimum guaranteed price for our crop. That's why we're going back to the capital, New Delhi.
Fearing unrest, police have banned large gatherings.
Correspondent Ismail Abu Omar and cameraman Ahmed Mattar were reporting from Khan Yunis in the southern Gaza Strip before they were hit by missiles from an Israeli drone. They've been reporting on the Palestinians displaced between Rafah and Khan Yunis. Minutes later, they would become the story.
As you can tell, they're really trying to mess everything up. I mean, it's supposed to be free and fair.
It was seen as a fast pace.
It's supposed to be free and fair information. And obviously, Google's getting in the way, YouTube, commercials, Al Jazeera, all these companies.
Rights organizations.
So right now, what we're about to watch before they make you forget, that's how they make you forget and instill their rule upon you. They'll tell your side of the story, but it's not one-sided, it's not twisted, it's skewed. It's always skewed to their side. Demonize us skew for them. It arc of justice bends towards them.
Filed a civil suit against the Dutch state, saying supplying Israel with spare parts for F-35 fighter jets makes the Netherlands complicit in possible war crimes in Gaza. The judge at a lower court had dismissed the case, saying the court couldn't interfere in government policy decisions. The appeal court had a different view. Experts from the expert. Across Indonesia, these are the final preparations for one of the largest elections in history. With 820,000 polling stations and more than 204 million people.
A massive oil spill has darkened the waters off the coast of the island nation of Trinidad and Tobago.
Cleaning and restoration can only seriously begin after we brought the situation under control. Right now, the situation is not under control.
Crews raced to clean up the spill from an upturned mystery vessel that ran aground in a harbor near the village of Lembo, erecting a large yellow net to protect the coastline. Prime Minister Keith Rowley declared a state of emergency, saying local authorities have more questions than answers on the leaking vessel.
We don't know who it belongs to. We have no idea where it came from. And we also don't know all that it contains. What we do know, it appears to be.
An armoured Polish unit takes part in live fire exercises. These tanks are a vital element of Poland's military, which has doubled in size in the last 10 years. Poland's Prime Minister says his country embraces its role on the world stage.
There is no alternative to transatlantic cooperation or to NATO. Europe must become a safe continent. This means the EU, France, and Poland must become strong states ready to defend their own borders.
Tusk was speaking in the aftermath of comments by former US President Donald Trump, in which he said that while in office he warned a NATO ally he'd encourage Russia to do whatever it wanted to them if they didn't pay their way. The principle of collective defense has been the cornerstone of European security for decades. With the US footing the bill through NATO, many governments have kept defense spending low, especially since the Cold War ended, particularly in Germany, where one analyst says Trump's words have caused an outcry.
People are really shocked, and I think realizing that they need to use the coming month after the US elections to come up with a plan B in case Trump will be re-elected.
But what exact shape that plan B might take, and perhaps more importantly, who might finance it, is not clear, because defence spending is a difficult topic for any German government, especially the current one with its recent budget problems. The Chancellor says he shares the Polish view of the need for European solidarity.
The Schutzversprechen der NATO gilt NATO's guarantee of collective defense is unrestricted. All for one and one for all. And I will say now, any attempt to relativize this guarantee is irresponsible and dangerous, and is only in Russia's interests. No one is allowed to play with Europe's security or make deals that risk it.
The undeclared fear here is how that will survive a possible second Trump administration. Dominic Kane, Al Jazeera, Berlin.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.
In the Kremlin, an important guest has arrived. The supreme leader of a rising superpower, here to see an angry Tsar at war. Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin are showing the world that China and Russia are together. Their militaries work together. Their economies work together. Their diplomats work together. And despite Russia's war on Ukraine and all the turmoil that it's causing, China is doubling down on this relationship. Check out what Xi said to Putin as he left the Kremlin, speaking through his translator.
Как раз сейчас перемены, которые не было в течение 100 лет. Там, где вместе двигать эти перемены.
A year after Putin went to war, this sounded like two men on a mission to reshape the world. But what is that mission? And what does it mean for the rest of us? In part one of this video, we'll explore how China and Russia have become so closely intertwined.
This is just a natural match made in heaven. 70% of China's energy depends on import, and Russia can really help in a big way on those imports.
Chinese military has benefited tremendously from Russian military imports.
In part two, we examine the mission that's binding them even closer together.
Xi Jinping really views Vladimir Putin as a crucial partner in weakening the United States.
Russia is a very useful and important asset and partner in this long-term struggle. It's increasingly the emperor and the Tsar.
Both China and Russia felt a lot of similar sentiment that they've been forced by the U.S. To stick together.
And in part three, we'll look to the future. And wherever we look, we see the specter of conflict. For the American-led Western powers,
China and Russia could combine their war plans and create an extremely effective force for targeting the United States.
The question is whether we have to plan in the event that we had a war with China, that China and Russia would be working together.
For the rising power of India, friend of Russia but threatened by China, and growing acutely aware of the dangers.
The realities of conventional war, I mean, it's not something of the past. It can still happen. That is something we need to be preparing for now.
And we explore the implications for the Ukraine war. The stakes are high for everyone, and the end game is very far from clear.
Imagine that Russia does a large exercise or escalates in Ukraine at the time where China wants to make a move on Taiwan. I think that would put a lot of U.S. defense planners into a tough spot.
Whole mankind is of course war or peace will end up going back to the Stone Age, very, very dangerous.
One thing that's striking right now is just how many leaders say that we're approaching a decisive time in the world. Xi Jinping calls it a crossroads. Joe Biden talks about an inflection point. Here in Germany, Olaf Scholz calls it a watershed moment. But whichever term you use, it's a time fraught with danger. And central to what happens next is the relationship between China and Russia. War games in Russia's Far East. The Vostok exercises bring together a host of Russia's friends.
Man, they talk a lot of bad stuff about Russia on DW. It's all about Russia. Russia's the great evil. I'm so tired of hearing about this, like, biased news. It's so biased. Let's see what else is on. Al Jazeera failed us today. It's just documentary. They really failed us. They just want to talk about sports or war. Blood. Watch, I bet you it's blood. Oh, they just changed it. It was baby dead babies. That's all it is. Either sport, blood sport, or sport, blood sport. That's all they do, baby. I know, no fun. This is CNBC too, Arabic. Blood sport. Al Jazeera Arabic. That's all it ever is blood sport. On the other one, it's just a bunch of like politics. And the other one, they do drama. Yeah. It's just a bunch of drama. I don't watch the news, but you guys want to know what's going on in the world. Look how he's trying to go over me. I'll just put it right here. You don't understand Arabic anyway. Now they're marketing their stuff. It's on the hour. They should be talking about news instead of drama and advertising. Advertise, advertise, advertise. Buy from us. Buy from us. Our market. Our market. They just want your money in Saudi Arabia. So CNBC is a Saudi Arabian franchise. That's what we just found out. Whatever they tell you, it's Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Can you blow my mind? They make fun of Turkey. Wallah. It's true. I gotta figure out how to do this. Make it better. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm gonna mute it till they actually talk about something. It's just advertising, 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 marketing, 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 marketing. They're not really doing anything. It was just news, I swear. Yeah. Now it's beauty pageants in the UK. Blood sport on Al Jazeera is the distraction. Rome, the Colosseum. Give them bread. And now give them sex. All these Dajjalun, dude. And then لا تعلموا نبأه بعد حين. And it's حين now. And they're mad. But yet they were telling you, please, we want it. We want it. Even if they cut it off now, it's done. It's done. There's nothing I can say that's going to change your mind anymore. Or they. Probably. Anyway, where are we now? Let's see how we're going to fix this. Hmm. I don't know what we're going to do. Can you blow my mind? Let me try to fix it. I'll try to fix this. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, that'll work. If it'll let me snap it in. Ah! Let me try it like this. It's all live, so you know. What is wrong with it now? Foot off somehow. It is so cold outside, guys. You have no idea. I had to run to the car to do it, so you didn't feel like I was cheating you out or something. Yeah, they cheat us out all the time. See what they're talking about. How to turn to English people all of a sudden. It's supposed to be Arabic business news. No, you got it. I guess we thought they were good. We got to make something better than them. And that's what we're trying to do now. We're actually doing it now. Subscribe on Pantheon. This is what Trump should have done instead of run for president. أنت تبحث عن مجدك أنت. And they do, King Richard. Now you know where the source is, the island that everybody talks about of the Joe. The UK. This is an American company franchised out through the UK. Yeah. And that's just how they do business. Like Bermuda Triangles, babe. So you can't track them. But we just did. Know your customer. Or should you say, know your business? Just commercials, hasn't it been? Every time we get set up, let's find something else. How about this for a little bit? Commercials. There's just some other stuff. Anyway, let's do news and analysis. That one's over. I wonder why they're not giving Gaza no more. They're talking about Ukraine all of a sudden. I swear it's always Gaza on the TV. Another strategy. They're really just trying to do everything but the truth. Your leaders in business and in media. Yeah, really, I'm just an imam with a business degree, and they won't let me do business online or in person. As you've noticed, there's evidence right there for conspiracy. I don't know why. I haven't said no company secret. I haven't said any government secrets. It's just my theories. If anything, like Socrates, they might force me to poison myself. That's all. Philosopher. Imam Yunus did. Businessman too. I don't know why they're talking about her all of a sudden. You want to find something else? All right. Let's find something else. They act like football players. Just money. All you see all of a sudden is money. Nothing good. This is the British channel. Here, let's listen to Mecca a little. Take a break. Let's go pray. Now you know who they worship. The business. Oh, ya khazawzara. بتشوفني بتنهار. آه. Something, something, something. ولا عمري بيوم بصفى. Anyway, let's try this one again. I don't see it no more. It's gone. They want to hide. Be on that side that hides or resides, they say. Alright, let's start it over again. Well, that's as simple. It's just nobody has my analysis. Thank you for viewing it and stuff. There it is. Let's see what they're doing. There it is. Jazeera. Now she want to get beautiful in front of you guys. Well, all when it's just us, she makes ugly faces. Now that everybody's witnessing her BS, oh, she's so nice. Now you know who she is. No, يفديكم كلالة. يفديكم كلالة. That's what you said, man. No, you're so much better than me. Oh my God, can you believe it? Mm-hmm. Now they calm down. It sounds weird. They're just talking about bombing of Gaza. And now they're showing it all calm and no problem, just C-section. We'll see what shows. They really taking their time on it too. Yeah, guys, really taking their time on it. They never take this kind of time on C-section. بتشوفني بتنهار ولا عمري بيوم بس showing them happy. Wallah, when it's just me, they're crying and everything. Yep. يا خزا وزراء على الميديا، يا خزا وزراء عليكم كلكم يا بيض والسود وعرب. أه إن المشركين نجس. السلام عليكم. Now she wanna go. There she go. No wonder they make fun of you. I was feeling bad for you. There we go. Look at that. I gotta fix that glare on my camera. All of a sudden. Let's just zoom in. Yeah. بتشوفني بتنهار. I just zoomed it in so you can see the logo and stuff. They're really showing it calm right now. Sorry guys, I'm still sick. I'm working, but I'm sick. So you'll hear me cough all the time. Y'all بتشوفني بتنهار آه. He's so cute. Eunice, he's adorable. Now you know they're all together. Uh-oh. I thought they were separate. It was supposed to be unbiased network. Nope, they married. She blocked me on Twitter. I had to ask her, is that what they say real about you? She blocked me. Yeah, so did the black woman. She quit her job. And then I asked her, why? Why'd you quit your job? And she blocked me too. Now they're trying to protect us. Speedway in on 7-Eleven now. Anyway, good luck. Just a memorial. It ain't a big deal. What about the bombing in Gaza they always talk about? I don't know. They usually talk about it. All right, guys, let's head out. That's enough news for today. Remember, Gaza's being bombed. Obama didn't say nothing.